everybody to the Single and Stilettos Show. I'm Suzanne Oshima, and I'm a matchmaker and dating coach at Dream Bachelor and Bachelorette, and I'm also the founder of Single and Stilettos. Today we have on our show Thomas Edwards Jr., and he's a professional wingman at theprofessionalwingman.com. And today we're talking about what makes a man fall in love with a woman. Like, we're looking for the qualities that a guy looks for, and I know every guy is different, but I think there's some key things that most men look out for. Before we get started, Thomas, I would love for you to tell our audience, what is a professional wingman?
So a professional wingman goes out with you and gives you real-time feedback on what's preventing you from making romantic connections with people that you desire. So it could be at a bar, it could be at a coffee shop, it could be at a supermarket. Anywhere you go, we try to help you understand what you need to do to attract the people that you want in your life.
That's awesome. I love that, because I think people really need that real-time advice and on-the-spot training, right? Yeah. Because you can only tell people so much and then they have to go implement it. So that's great. So what makes a man fall in love with a woman? What are some 3 key qualities that almost every guy looks for in a woman?
Now, there are a lot of qualities, but I just want to focus on 3 specific ones. I think the first one is emotional stability. I think for a lot of guys, they want a woman who is emotionally stable. What I mean by that is they lack jealousy. They lack emotional outbursts that just kind of come out of nowhere, which can happen from time to time. But if it happens on a regular basis, guys will definitely flee because they just can't handle that kind of drama. And on top of that, kind of speaking of drama, they like women who are low on the drama when it comes to whether it's their friends, in their lives, things going on. That's definitely key. Disability is very, very important for guys.
Yeah, I'm laughing because I had another dating expert, this guy, say that guys look for a woman that's not crazy. And I burst out laughing when he said it. But you basically said the same thing, but in a nice way. So ladies, nix the crazy. So what's the second tip?
Women may not like what I'm about to say, but sexual compatibility is something that's very, very important. A lot of guys, when guys do date you, their number one focus is to have sex with you. And that sexual experience is going to determine whether or not they're going to want to stay with you for an extended period of time. And no matter if it's, spending 2 months with someone or 2 decades with someone, a guy really prioritizes sexual compatibility as something that's pretty high on their priority list.
That it is really important, and anyone that thinks that it's not important, it is. So, okay, what's your third tip?
The third one is pretty interesting because I actually didn't realize that until I ended up meeting my fiance, and it's support. Supporting your man. What I mean by that is you support his ambitions, you support his dreams, you support his interests, his hobbies, whether they're really weird or something that you would never actually want to be involved with. It could be when he's even wrong. You're having his back. I think that's something that's so important. And I think a lot of women, especially in my situation, when I was dating before I met my fiance, one of the things that I lacked in those previous relationships was that support. Where, for me, for example, I love video games, and I can't assume that other women that I date are, they're going to love video games as well. But if you understand how much I love video games and you support my love of that, that's something that means so much more to me than you can imagine. And so I think just supporting your man through the thick and thin is vital for a really successful relationship.
I want to address that because I love that you brought up that as an example, because sometimes what I'll hear women say is, he's a grown man, I don't understand why he loves video games, and they'll try and change him, and they're like, why can't he just stop playing video games? But you're absolutely right. If it's something that you love, a woman should just support you. It's just like if she loves to go shopping. Men hate shopping.
Yeah, it doesn't interfere with the relationship, right? If he's playing 24/7 and neglecting you, that's one thing, right? But if he spends a couple hours because that's his way to decompress from a long day of work, or something where he likes to kind of be in this open vacuum of nothingness by playing video games, it's something that you have to support. And he's going to reciprocate that in something that you enjoy and that you love as well. And I think that's huge for a guy. A guy who knows that he can play, video games for a couple hours or do whatever for a couple hours in peace and not be heckled by his lady. I mean, I think that's a shortcut for him falling in love with you.
I think that's great. So I'm going to add in a fourth bonus tip, and you can tell me your thoughts on this because I hear this a lot from my clients. It's about showing your man appreciation. And for things that he does for you and whatever it is, and not take him for granted, because I think a lot of women forget to do that.
Yeah, I think you nailed it right on the head. It could be something as simple as washing the dishes or even putting it away and just acknowledging that. Or something as simple as like making the bed. It's really those little things that guys do appreciate. And when you acknowledge it, it makes it more likely that he's going to want to do it again because he loves the appreciation. And then he'll start thinking of other things to do to continue to get those acts of appreciation, those gestures of appreciation. And I think when guys get that, they're more likely to want to do it for you more and more and more.
Excellent. So thanks, Thomas, for being on the show, and thanks everybody for joining us on the Single and Stiletto Show. Our show is available both in video format and podcast format. If you would like to view the videos, you can go to singleandstilettos.com, and if you would like to get the podcast, you can download it from iTunes. And if you would like to get our free report on the top 10 secrets on what attracts a man and what turns him off, you can click right here on the video, or you can go to singleandstilettos.com.